Be me. Typical skeptic that shits up every thread on X. Browsing the catalog, as I do every night. I have a can of Monster at the ready, and my glasses reflect the screen in the total darkness of my room. I refresh the catalog. F4, 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 for minutes, even hours, on end. It's no mean task debunking you lowlifes on X. Suddenly, a thread catches my eye. Hey guys, can we get a thread going discussing cryptids and the like? If they're fake, I just find them fascinating. I click on it quickly. My hands are a blur as I type out "take your meds" for the 15th time that day. A laughter gurgles up out of my frog-like throat as I solve the CAPTCHA. These fucking idiots. I think they insist on wasting their fucking lives on shit that isn't even real. Another laugh gurgles up. I nearly choke on it, and I quickly take a large sip of my Monster. And then, what's this? Someone has disregarded my comment. They're sharing some light-hearted Skinwalker rock. Can this be? How can the conversation continue when I've laid down the truth for all to see? My fingers tremble as I click on the post number. I respond with the following words, 2022. Still believes in Skinwalkers. Oh, and on. I hit post. There, I mutter, that ought to fix things. F4, 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 nothing yet. I continue refreshing the thread for 20 minutes. The thread is on page 6 when a new post appears. Someone has posted the famous Anansi Goatman pasta. Unbelievable. Can they really still believe, even after everything I've done, everything I've shown them? I take a nervous sip of my Monster and reply once more, this story is such bullshit. You can tell it's fake because it's written like a screenplay. Nobody would remember all of those little details. I hit post. And I wait. I used to visit my great-great-uncle with my grandparents in some godforsaken holler in North Carolina when I was a kid. Had a lot of fun in that old cabin, but also had some weird shit happen. Be me, 10. Visiting Uncle Blanche for like the second or third time ever. Uneventful day playing Innowoods with my cousin. Grandad calls us in at sundown for supper and bed. Coolnaprob.wav I'm fucking beat. Asleep, hear blood-curdling scream outside. Sounds like some 80s scream queen giving natural birth in a bathtub. Directly outside, nearly on the porch. Hear Grandad and Uncle Blanche running downstairs. Uncle Blanche say goddamn haints on my goddamn mountain. Go into main room and see him loading an old shotgun. Steps outside. Rush to window. Uncle Blanche is staring down a fucking cougar with 2 cubs. None of them are moving. Uncle Blanche says something. My nephew and his grandkid is here, not tonight. Fucking cougars turn around at the same time and walk back into the woods. Uncle Blanche refuses to talk about it that night. Never explains anything about it, except that the shotgun shells were rock salt. Dumbass kid, so continue to play Innowoods like nothing was wrong. Be me, 2 weeks ago. Ask Grandad if he remembers that. Gets quiet over the phone. I didn't think you remembered that. Don't worry about it, bud, it was just a cougar. But Uncle Blanche talked to it. Changes the subject to women's college softball. Grandad is an old perv, and I love him for it. So yeah, I got a few others, but anyone else here had some experiences in the mountains that felt like fever dreams? Be me. Wake up in tower, looking like the one of Babel. Go to the top of the tower. See God, seems he is busy. Meet Jesus. He shits and farts on me. I decide to go to Buddhist place. Meet Buddha and his monk gang. We get to chill and smoke pot on a couch. Gets back to Catholic dimension. I use a code to change the matrix of the place. Turn the tables, top, heaven, is now hell, and bottom, hell, is now heaven. The herd of people at the top seem to hate me now. They keep calling me autistic. Go to the bottom. C's place looks like a strip club. C's crush is there waiting for me at a dancing pole. So what should I choose? Anons, become a Buddhist to smoke weed with Buddha for eternity, or keep being Christian and try to get the secret ending. Be me. Don't know how to greentext new fag. Walking public trail in the evening for exercise. Fat fuck. Dark because gets sweaty and cool air. 20 minutes or so in. See large droppings on ground. They taste fresh. Suddenly, owl. Owl flies literally 5 or so feet from above my head. Get spooked. What does it mean? Walk the end of trail and home. Next day, read news. Headline is local park has rash of bear sightings and close encounters. Good thing I didn't step in it. Tell me about your experiences with the infamous jester figure during psychedelic trips. I'll start. Be me 20. In my hostel room abroad drunk, high off sativa and suicidally depressed. Decide fuck it, I don't care, if I live or die right now, might as well take these shrooms I got earlier. Had done some googling earlier and saw that it isn't recommended you take shrooms when you're drunk, depressed or have smoked weed, but I didn't give a fuck. Take the shrooms, they taste like peanuts. Shut the lights, try to sleep. Euphoria kicks in hard, can't stay still, tossing and turning in bed, feel hot and homicidal. Felt an unshakable urge to run out on the street and fight kill people. Ofic.jpg. Call my friend to try and come down. He answers and stays on call long enough for me to relax, and I can now lay still. Still sitting alone in darkness. End call and try to sleep again. Be me 22. Gay since I can remember. Meet a guy from Grindr. Be in his place. He starts sucking my D, feel extremely repulsed by a male sucking me. Say stop, I need to go. Get home. Wash my D, this just happened. So, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia 2 years ago and have been in treatment since then. Since I started treatment I feel less attracted to male, and females started to look hot. Those meds have something. Be me, playing Mario 64. Collecting red coins with wing cap. Imagine I'm 6 years old and am at my babysitter's house talking to her daughter. Imagine she says this is my favorite level. Imagine I say perfect, it's my least favorite. An implication is imagine where I'm going to ask her to do the level for me. This wasn't done through imaginary vocals, it was more like a feeling that contained data. Also, the implication was that she would do it for me there at her house, not at mine. She replies, I'm not coming over to your house to do the level for you. Last time I came over I had a really bad time. Imagine her father is sitting next to us and he looks at me suspiciously. I reply, I'm sorry to hear that. The telepath makes my lower lip feel like it just got bitten. He does this to me all the time. I would say this happens every 10 to 20 minutes for the last 20 years. It always involves me being accused, embarrassed or humiliated. He just spoke to me from the corner of my room. And said, I love you asshole. I can't even say for sure that this is torture, although he just said yay it is. Why I am being tortured? At least he finally revealed himself to me. For 18 of those years I just thought I had an active imagination that punished me for being uglier than everyone else. I'm in celibate too and I'm assuming he intentionally made me anorexic. Is that horrible or not? I don't know if the telepath is really X-related, but there you go. Be me. Corporate overlord. Underling civilians are bitching about their fake world problems. I subliminally coded them to obsess over. Wados.jpg. It could always be worse, bitching stops. They pretend to ponder this statement for a moment. A swath of nigger cattle contentedness and smiles washes over their faces as they nod congenially. They go back to grazing their McDonald's. Clockwork. And they say we Steinbergs aren't smart. Be me around 6 or 7 years old. Early mid-2000s, flipping through some channels by myself in the living room between the usual Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. There was never a Channel 5 between 4, a local news station, and 6, Fox. This time there was a Channel 5. It looked like an average baseball game was on, but the sound was horribly distorted and unnatural. Sounded like a bunch of warped grinding yelling sounds, similar to that in a horror movie, that progressively got louder and more intense. All while the otherwise seeming normal baseball game played. Child me was obviously creeped out by the sounds and changed the channel. A few days later checked to see there was no more Channel 5, just 4 and jumped to 6. What did I witness?